Hey everyone, True Review is here with another top 10 list. So I've been talking about the Elder Scrolls quite a bit recently over the past few months, and I usually say stuff like, dude, I freaking love Oblivion, but it has a few things wrong with it, such as this and that, and let's just ignore all the good stuff because why not? Well, that's enough of that for now, and I think it's only fair that we talk about what's good about that game for a change. So here we have the top 10 best quests in Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion. The rules for this list are as you'd expect, and any mission from its expansion packs and DLCs also count here. So with all that said, let's get cracking! Information gathering. This mission comes near the end of the Fighters Guild questline. The Blackwood Company has set up shop in Blackwood of all places, and are somehow getting a whole ton of contracts through questionable means. Your job is to find out why they're so successful if what they're doing is wrong. And the best place to start is by wiping out one of their hideouts and capturing their informant. So in real terms, this quest simply involves you going into a cave and clearing it out of fighters, but I decided to put this one on here because of the loot. Oh, the loot! Good leveled loot, in fact. Now, I don't know how any of you out there play this game, but when it comes to items, I always pay the iron price. I'll never buy a weapon or whatever from a merchant. I'll always take it off of those who I've slain. Or from chests. But every enemy you encounter here carries some of the best gear available to your level. And even if you already have better gear, you can just sell all of this back off in town for a fuck ton of cash. So much in fact that I always have to make 2 trips when playing this mission, because I can't carry everything. And then at the end of it, you bring the informant back to Arain and beat the living crap out of him. Awesome gear, and I get to punch an Argonian in the face? When do I start? Nothing you can possess. While I also like collecting those Ayleid statues for Umbacano, I'd have to say that the best quest he gives you is the Nothing You Can Possess quest. I think I've talked about this one before, but it's essentially a shout out to Indiana Jones' Raiders of the Lost Ark. So you've been contracted to find a carved panel that's located in a ruin, but you're also told to go talk to this other guy who has information on it. Turns out, this other guy has also been hired by your boss to locate the panel as well. But while you go off into the ruin to recover this artifact all by your lonesome, he and his cronies will wait outside until the job is done. The moment you set foot outside, however, he'll demand the relic off of you. This scene mirrors a scene from Raiders very closely, and it's entirely up to you if you hand it over or not. Saying no will mean that him and his guys will attack you. Or you can hand it over and let him take it back, but you won't get anything for your troubles. Or you can steal it off of him. Also notice that if you say no, while his men attack you, he'll try and escape. If he does, then he appears in the next quest as well. I just thought that this quest was well thought out, and it does well to give a nod to a classic of a film. Unearthing Mehrunes' Razor. A standalone piece of DLC, this mission gets you searching for the lethal Mehrunes' Razor. Mehrunes Dagon doesn't have a Daedric quest like the others do in Oblivion, but I'm happy with what we got here. This mission is a very long one, but a very satisfying one as well. By following a single underground passage, you'll encounter a buried castle, an underground town, a mine, an ancient Ayleid ruin, a nest of vampires, and finally, a shrine to Mehrunes Dagon that's being guarded by his champion as well. Considering that this is the only quest in this DLC, it's amazing how much diversity it has to offer. It takes a lot of your time, but it makes sure that it's time well spent. Paradise! Probably the best mission in the main story questline. In Paradise, you have finally gathered every item needed to go and chase Mankar Cameron to his seat of power in the realm of Paradise. What's notable about this quest is the area itself. On the surface, this place is absolutely beautiful. Bright and varied colours paint a true paradise of biblical standards. Clean blue waters, green forests, and a magnificent palace at the head of the landscape. But as you soon realise upon arrival, it's only paradise to a select few. Many of its inhabitants are suffering from eternal torment and dangers as it becomes apparent that paradise has another layer to it. Go down into the earth, and Paradise begins to paint a very different picture. Eternal suffering and torture is on the menu here, as those who were not able to escape the Master's vigilance have now been locked in a cage and plunged into a pit of lava. What's worse is that you can't die, so get comfy. Or not. What's interesting about Paradise is its clear comparison to the concepts of heaven and hell. That above is a wondrous plane of existence, while down below is a realm of agony and suffering. And seeing as this is happening under the orders of the Master himself, it begins to show that even the tranquil gardens of the surface actually have a darker truth behind them. Sheogorath's Daedric quest. This one is just pure, unadulterated fun. The Prince of Madness wants you to spread chaos around a small village nearby. Apparently, they have in their heads that certain signs will predict the coming of an apocalypse. Now, wouldn't it be fun to screw with them a little and make it look like their prophecy is coming true? So you steal some cheese to make a horde of rats appear, then move on to killing some of their livestock, and after all of that, Sheogorath gets involved himself by making it rain dead flaming dogs. Of course, the end of the world isn't really nigh, but it's fun all the same to see the villagers of this place screaming like mad and running around in circles.
Mambo number 5.
Lost Histories. Again, I don't know about you, but I like to play Oblivion as a bad guy. So the Dark Brotherhood and the Thieves Guild are right up there on my list of quests that I want to complete. I just love the idea of doing something in this game that I'm not supposed to, and there's this added thrill of getting caught in the middle of it. Which is why one of my favourite quests in the Thieves Guild questline is Lost Histories. In this mission, you are contracted to locate a missing book. Apparently, another agent was supposed to have collected it, but has since gone missing, and now it's your job to find out what happened and retrieve the book. So you go to Skingrad and learn that someone in the dungeons knows what happened. You go there and learn that an Argonian was recently taken away by someone known as the Pale Lady, and once someone is taken away, they'll never be seen again. You find a secret passage in the cellar and find out that the Pale Lady is actually a vampire. You kill her and free the Argonian, who happens to be a dude who you've met several times before. Then comes a pretty good prison break sequence, where you two now have to escape the castle without being spotted. I'm a sucker for prison break missions, and with the added issue of guard patrols being set to different times of the day, leads to a very unpredictable escape. Successfully making it out will earn you the location of the book, but if you like breaking in and out of prisons, then you're gonna like this quest. The Ultimate Heist! Well, this is the other quest in the Thieves Guild questline that I love. Your preparations are complete, and now the time has come to pull off the heist of the century. The item in question, an Elder Scroll. By far the most secured and well-guarded location in this game is the Imperial Palace, and guess what? You're gonna break into that mother so hard. Starting off in the basement, your break-in will cover the sewers, an ancient underground ruin, before making your way back up into the palace proper, by sneaking and hiding from loads of guards, to then pretending to be a noblewoman to confuse the blind monks, and then making your way all the way to the top of the palace and jumping down a smoke vent back into the sewers and to freedom. This quest is by far the most heart-pounding one of them all, as there's little room to move about and very few places to hide. You could be a master thief and push your luck by sneaking into various rooms and looting everything that's not nailed down, but then you're running the risk of someone walking in, and you can't exactly hide under the bed here. But completing this quest is incredibly satisfying, as it means that you are able to steal the most important item in this world from the most secure location in this world. It's a great mission that's only ruined by the reward that you're given. An Unexpected Voyage. What I love about this game is that there are times where you'll find yourself in strange and unexpected situations, and you'll have no idea how this came to be. One of the best moments for this comes about when taking a nap at an inn. So you found that there's a small inn by the waterfront in the Imperial City called the Bloated Float. It's a ship that's been turned into a tavern. Quite the nifty idea. Well, it's getting late, so I better rent a room for the night. But after hitting the hay, you'll suddenly be woken up when you realise that the ship is moving. It turns out that a group of pirates have boarded the ship and have set sail while you're asleep. After hearing about a hidden treasure on board the ship, the pirates have taken out to sea so that they'll be able to look for the treasure without the threat of the city guard appearing. The treasure doesn't exist, however. It was just a story to attract new patrons. But now you have to either talk down the entire crew or fight them off one at a time. What's great about this mission is not necessarily what you have to do, but because of the fact that it comes out of nowhere. All I came here for originally was a place to lie my head for the night, and for the price of a room, I also got a quest. That's a great deal! Much like with anything in life, sometimes the little things are the best, and this quest was a nice touch. A Better Mousetrap. Well, I'll admit that the first half of this quest isn't anything exciting. The second half could not be any more different than if it tried. One of the earlier Shivering Isles quests, you're sent to Zedelian to boot up the facility for newcomers to the realm. Apparently some jerkwad killed the gatekeeper and now we're having to rely on the backup system. So you go there and it's overrun with troglodytes. Oh, sorry, that's a typo. It's overrun with grummites. You clear the place out and activate the system. Yay! It's now up and running! Well, that mission was boring, I guess I better head out. But then all of a sudden, the mission takes an unexpected turn for the better. You see, some new arrivals have entered the Isles, and you've just been given the honour of trying this place out. As a group of treasure hunters enter the facility, it'll be up to you to choose which traps to set against them. Will you have them killed, or will you turn them mad? And though you're not really required to do anything, it never gets old watching these poor fools lose their minds as they succumb to their fears and desires. Like with the Unexpected Voyage, this one was something that we weren't expecting and was incredibly entertaining purely for being totally different. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Whodunit! I actually love this quest. It's easily the best one in the game. So, you like murder mystery stories, huh? Well, that's great and all, but what if I told you that you could take part in one of these and be the killer? As part of the Dark Brotherhood questline, you've been contracted to eliminate a whole group of people. However, it's not as simple as that. You've been invited to attend a party at a manor in Skingrad. It has been said that the owner of the manor has hidden a large chest of gold within the house, and whoever finds it will become its new owner. However, once all the guests have arrived, the door will be locked and will not open until the chest has been found. But in truth, there is no chest, and the guests have been deceived, as now it becomes apparent that one of the guests is a murderer, and that murderer is you. You now have to talk to the guests, find out everything about them, and then use that information to manipulate their actions and get them killed. You could do it the boring way and just kill them off while their back is turned, but it's far more entertaining to learn what you can and then use that against them. In fact, if you play your cards right, you won't even need to kill a couple of them. By passing on certain pieces of information, you can make the others believe that one of the other guests is the killer, leading them to do the deed themselves. An obvious nod to Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None, this quest lets you create your own murder mystery and get away with it in the end. It's by far one of the most unique and cleverly thought out quests in the whole game, and for that reason alone, Whodunit comes in at number 1 on this list. And we're done for another video, but if you enjoy punching Argonians in the face, then like this video and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget that I'm on Twitter as TrueReview, where you can find out what's going on and what video will be next, and I'm also on Patreon if you'd like to support this channel further. But until next time, see ya!